Shaun, we start with the news that Jason Kerr is the new Wigan Athletic captain. Have you been impressed with Jason since you came in?
Yeah, obviously came in and he was just sort of 3 or 4 months into his rehab, a really long rehab. So yeah, brilliant character, leads by example on the pitch. Been really impressed with him.
Tough decision, because I know you've said that you're big on a bit of a leadership group within the club, and there's a number of names that you've got in mind for that. Will Jason take a lead on the leadership group this year?
Yeah, I'm also aware of some of the other players that I see in that type of role. Obviously, Charlie's led us quite a few times. I think being the age of 20, I think, is a big ask to give him that sort of responsibility. I think he obviously definitely does it on match days. I think it's a big ask at 20 to do that for the full club. And actually, I know the relationship he has with Jason is really strong. So that works. The other players probably bringing into that group, Cal Mack is just an unbelievable story at our club, and in his own way is really strong in the training ground and the dressing room. Same as Sessegnon in his own way. And obviously now the Williamson's going to join that group as well. So I don't really see any particular vice captain, or I see just Jason as the captain, and then at any other point the other players can step in. There's other ones that are close. I think Tello Asgard's in his very own sort of personal way on the pitch leads us, takes the ball under an enormous amount of pressure, and so I think that'll evolve for him this season.
Luke Chambers re-signed earlier this week, and I know he was a big one. You really wanted him, and a really, really big signing for this club. Yeah,
huge. It's took a lot of work, a bit convincing as well for his club. So I really appreciate the work that they've done with us. I loved working with him last year. He had a massive impact. I think the performance of the team, the speed of the team in terms of with possession and without the ball, really, it had a big impact, or he had a big impact on the team. Loved working with him. He liked working here, he liked the players, he liked the staff, so I'm really pleased to get him back. It was a profile we needed. Luke Robinson's going to be a couple of months. I really like what he brings as a left back, but different, incredible 1v1 defender. And then on the other side, you have Ramsey. Sessegnon can play both. I think Ramsey can play both. So the more competition we have, the better. Every one of those players will play games and have a big impact. But Chambo probably brings something that none of the others do in terms of that energy and just relentless sort of energy and drive to get up and down that pitch.
Luke joins a number of new faces. Have they all settled in, and are you happy with your squad now going into the new season on Saturday?
I hope so. I hope they've settled in. I think some are still waiting on apartments. Michael's back at Brentford for the next 2 or 3 weeks, getting back to a stage where he can get on the pitch and start that sort of phase of rehab. All the other boys, I think there's a couple still waiting on the flat. They've settled in. There's a couple obviously behind in terms of injuries, like Tyrese, Silko, unfortunately, since that Blackburn. Really unlucky, that one slip. And then Toby's sort of training and will sort of be conditioned over the next couple of weeks. The lads have been good. I just want more of them on the pitch.
So you're happy on the whole with your squad going into the new season?
Yeah, happy, yeah. I'd like more wingers fit. But yeah, sometimes in football these things happen, and just really bad luck in that position. But in terms of the quality of the squad that I have, I am happy. I think I've spoken publicly recently around if a certain profile of 9 becomes available to sort of push Joe and Josh, we would look to do it. If there isn't, then no problem, I'll go with what we have.
You mentioned Tyrese, Silko, obviously not going to make Charlton. Any other injury news we need to be aware of?
Yeah, unfortunately Johnny Smith has picked up something that will mean he's out for a couple of weeks. We have 4 wingers missing, which will probably mean we have to adapt and change how we've played, but we played that system last season. We'll be absolutely fine. It is what it is. We have to find a way to beat Charlton and with the players we have. So, given the omissions, potentially a couple of weeks' time, once those back, the system might change a little bit? Yes, I can change depending on the opponent and how certain players are playing. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Charlton, whether we play a back 3 or back 4. I'll make that call. I make it late, so I know we can do both. It's not an issue.
Just on Charlton, they've invested quite heavily in the summer. A good challenge though for the group to kick the new season off.
Yeah, massive challenge. I think with the level of investment they have, they'll definitely be one of the favourites. And just my opinion, probably the level of manager they have. He did an amazing job at Luton twice. So yeah, he's obviously proved in the EFL that he can produce really difficult teams to beat, and it looks like he's doing that at Charlton. They're some really good players. I know obviously the striker that they've just signed from, he was on loan at Cambridge. Docherty I know from Scotland. Thierry Small I know a little bit about. So yeah, a good side. Very aggressive. We will have to defend our box extremely well. So yeah, it's a great test. It's a brilliant. I think they're a really big club. So in our division. So yeah, looking forward to it.